Dear fellow member of Vasudev Kutum, dear wave on the ocean of pure consciousness, today we shall have a small history lesson on the creation of the Guru Dev Sitpit, otherwise known as the Ganeshpuri Ashram of Swami Muktananda. Towards the end of the last century, talking of 1897, a female devotee of a temple early in the morning discovered an abandoned baby in a crib outside the temple door. She was a farmer's wife. She took the baby and adopted the baby. She and her husband passed away soon afterwards, few years afterwards, and the baby was then adopted by the landowner whose land these farmers had been farming. We are now talking of a small village near Calicut in Kerala. This baby, as it grew, there was a lawyer named Iyer who had adopted the baby. As the baby grew, they began to realize that it had miraculous powers. It used to help Mr. Iyer in his deliberations, his legal deliberation. By the time he was 8 or 9, he used to help his foster father in coming to conclusions on legal matters. Later on, the future Bhagavan Nityananda began wandering. In his wanderings, took him to the Himalayas, where he is reputed to have done sadhana. And many years later came back to South India, Kerala, his haunt, and became famous for many miracles that he was performing all the time. He built 45 meditation caves in a hillside near Kanhadgat, which is about 30-40 miles north of Mangalore. And both as a teacher and as a performer of miracles, wiping away the tears of the karma bound, is a beautiful expression how saints are viewed. They wipe away the tears of the karma bound. They heal people. They satisfy certain needs that people have, especially in rural India. He became well known, and he used to, one day Bhandara, a great feast, was organized in his honor in a temple near Mangalore. One of the young boys who attended this feast was the young Krishna, the future Swami Muktananda. At the age of 15, he was embraced. Gave him a jappi, the saint Nityanand, full of divine energy, gave this young Muktananda, the farmer's son, an embrace. Soon after that, the young Krishna Muktanand left home, went in search of knowledge. It took him to Hubli, where he became a Swami in a mutt and became a brahmachari. Meanwhile, Bhagavan Nityanand finally in the 30s settled in near hot spring in the village of Ganeshpuri, near Bhimeshwar, a temple to Lord Shiva, known as the Bhimeshwar Shiva. And this was near these hot springs. A saint, and especially one with an enormous amount of energy that Bhagavan Nityanand had, is in icy cold state. He's beyond body consciousness, but in icy cold state. So hot spring was an ideal place to spend many beautiful hours soaking himself in those hot springs. And of course, those hot springs soon became known for its miraculous powers because of Bhagavan Nityanand's energy it had absorbed. Very soon, many people started coming from Bombay on pilgrimage to visit this holy place where this holy Nityanand had settled in the forest of Ganeshpuri, near the hot spring. And slowly a township sprang up around this. They built an ashram for Bhagavan Nityanand. It's known as Kailash today, near the hot springs. And today his Samadhi shrine, a beautiful white marble construction, stands very near the same hot springs where I used to bathe so many delicious hours in the morning. Used to wake up at 2 in the morning, have a walk in the forest, and then sit for hours in this hot spring before receiving his visitors. So one of the visitors, in 1947, was this young Krishna Muktananda, who after many years of wandering, having settled as a Swami near a village in Maharashtra called Yola, he built himself a small hut, planted 2 mango trees in front, and continued his sadhana. One day he kept visiting saints in search of knowledge. One day a saint told him, "Your guru is in Ganeshpuri, go to Ganeshpuri." 2 saints told him this. Then he went to Ganeshpuri. And when Bhagavan Nityanand saw the young Krishna, otherwise Muktananda, he said, "Oh, so you have come." Muktananda describes his moment he received Shaktipat in an obvious way, in a way that he understood to be Shaktipat, in his spiritual biography known Play of Consciousness. So in Play of Consciousness describes how on India's Independence Day, 15th August 1947, he received his miraculous energy. It's a very beautiful description, worth reading. Anyway, Bhagavan Nityanand built for his young disciple 3 small rooms in about a mile away from Ganeshpuri town, what is now a town, in near a small Devi temple. And he installed Muktananda. After Muktananda became completely realized, he installed him in those 3 rooms. Muktananda proceeded to dig a well close to those 3 rooms, proceeded to plant a huge number of flower beds, flowering bushes around what is today the ashram courtyard, and full of trees today. And so began the Ganeshpuri ashram. Many people would come to visit Nityanand, obviously, and very few came to Muktananda. So Nityanand would tell people, now they would answer a spiritual question. They posed him a spiritual question. He would answer that spiritual question and say, now you ask Muktananda the same question. So they would go to Muktananda 1 mile down the road, the new Ganeshpuri ashram of Muktananda, and ask him. And he would give them a reply which was word by word exactly similar to the reply they just received from Nityananda. Then they realized the identity between Guru and disciple. A realized soul is like a hollow bamboo. Only the one exists within him, in the form of his Guru. As again, in the Play of Consciousness, Muktananda points out what his inner vision is. When he said, everywhere he saw only Nityananda. Everywhere he saw his Guru. Inside it was the Guru, outside was his Guru. And even when he spoke, the Guru spoke. It's a wonderful... So began the Ganeshpuri ashram. And obviously, slowly, in 1950, Nityanand had transferred this ashram to Muktananda and also sent across some of his devotees, young devotees, to help the young Swami in his work. One of these was a person also from Bangalore, known as Venkappa, who quickly became the number 2, Muktanand's spiritual number 2 in that ashram. He was known by everybody as Anna, the first one. It was in the 60s it was in 1964 that Muktananda began a tradition of celebrating Mahashivratri, which is usually in February-March every year, in Delhi. In Shivratri, February-March 64, he began this tradition. It's interesting to note that I was ending my first year in Delhi at that time as a first year student of St. Stephen's College. And he used to stay near Lodi Gardens, and he used to have a beautiful walk in the morning in the Lodi Gardens. He used to stay in those government houses which is near India International Centre, near Lodi Gardens. And that is also very near my grandfather's house, my maternal grandfather in Golf Links. He built himself a house in Golf Links after partition. When he lost his house in Lahore, he was given land in Golf Links. So, and Lodi Gardens was a garden I knew well because of my presence of my maternal grandfather there. Enough for today. Thank you for listening.